You're watching the Cyprus news from financialmirror.tv. Cyprus is going on the offensive in a bid to attract business from abroad. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Tourism and the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry plan to embark on business and trade missions to 18 countries with a view to promote Cyprus as a regional service centre and avert the consequences of the global financial crisis. Minister of Commerce Antonis Paschalidis and KEVE President Manthos Mavromatis told a press conference that within 2009, Cyprus business people and state trade officials will organize seminars in Copenhagen, Oslo, Cairo, Alexandria, Zurich, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Moscow, Sochi, Yekaterinburg, Prague, Beirut, Amman, Paris, Marseille and Tel Aviv. Cyprus will also take part in specialist exhibitions in Athens, Cairo and New York. Speaking at the annual general meeting of the Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency, Paschalidis said that the priority was to attract new investors to Cyprus to participate in infrastructure projects. He added that the government is ready to listen to the recommendations of SIPA and have taken their advice on many issues related to the easing of business procedures. SIPA Chairman Phidias Pilidis said that Cyprus is now considered as a safe place for international investors and that it is striving to improve the facilities and support provided to encourage foreign direct investments, or FDIs. Pilidis added that the task now is to build on awareness of investing in Cyprus and improve the fast-track procedures for company registrations. New company registrations fell by a whopping 50% to 1,296 in February compared to 2,574 the same month a year ago. This saw the total registrations in the first 2 months of the year fall 52.4% to 2,372, from 4,983 for the same period in 2008. Total registrations reached 24,453 last year. Reports indicate that the bulk of the decrease is due to a sharp decline in the registration of companies by Russian nationals, but there are no official figures to prove this. Business services in Cyprus account for nearly 6% of GDP, which explains why the Ministry of Commerce is spearheading a campaign to attract overseas company registrations, one of the main activities of the business sector. The most important contribution to the total value was generated through accounting, auditing, tax consultancy and related activities, which accounted for 26.5% of the total. Legal activities accounted for 17.5%. Revised data for December show that Cyprus recorded a huge trade deficit of €6.2 billion, or 35% of GDP in 2008, owing to a large increase in imports as oil prices soared. Total imports in 2008 amounted to €7.3 billion, a rise of 15.7%. Total exports in 2008 amounted to €1.1 billion, a rise of 7.8% to 2007. The economic slowdown in the new year, however, forced the trade deficit for January down by 28% to €350.3 million, as imports nosedived by 28% to €413.8 million, while exports were down by 27% to €63.5 million, in another sign of economic contraction. Motor vehicle registrations dropped for a second straight month in February, falling by 26% from the same month last year to 4,130, compared with 5,584 in February 2008. For the first 2 months of the year, total registrations of motor vehicles fell by 23.7% to 8,586, having risen by 14.4% in the same period in 2008. Business leaders of Greece, Turkey and the two communities in Cyprus have urged leaders of the divided island to reach a peace deal this year. A settlement would foster closer business ties in the region and speed up the economic integration of Cyprus, said a declaration endorsed by the Turkish Industrialists and Businessmen's Association, TÜSEİD, the Hellenic Federation of Enterprises, SEV, and the local business groups OEV and ISAD. Business transactions between the two sides are regulated via a European Union regulation and a raft of bureaucratic processes. Meanwhile, the EU has frozen part of Turkey's entry talks because of its refusal to open ports to Greek Cypriot traffic until a deal is reached on the island. Marfin Investment Group has promised to invest in Cyprus following a meeting between President Dimitris Christofias and Marfin Group Vice Chairman Andreas Vgenopoulos. The investment initiatives include a plan to refinance Cyprus debt for 2009 at cheaper rates, a €100 million investment for the renovation and extension of the Hilton Cyprus, and the initiative undertaken by the group for the completion of the Limassol Marina project via Cybarco. The Electricity Authority of Cyprus has signed an exclusive agreement to see all the output of its desalination unit at Vasiliko Power Station when the unit comes online in 2011 to the government's Water Development Department. The desalination plant, with a production capacity of 50,000 tonnes a day, will pump the refined water straight into the national water grid at a significantly lower cost of purchase than other desalination units, the EAC said. The final cost of production will be determined once the tenders have been finalised and the winning bidder starts construction work at the end of this month. In the meantime, the successful bidder will have to deliver a temporary desalination unit by November, which should produce some 20,000 tonnes a day until the main plant is finished in 24 months' time. Thanks for watching FinancialMirror.tv.